Hi, I'm Lauren and I'm a second year history student at Oxford. I took art at both GCSE and A-level, even though I never intended to pursue it as a career. I took art because it was one of my favourite subjects and because it was something I was good at. I think there are a lot of misconceptions surrounding A-level art, particularly that it's valued less than other more academic subjects. This is the reason that I plan to drop art after AS level and carry on with maths instead. However, I changed my mind after speaking to representatives of admissions departments at various university open days. They assured me that while some subjects are required for certain courses, the others are a matter of preference and all carry the same academic weight. Essentially, you should take whichever subjects will get you the best grades and will take you where you want to go. So I carried on with art because I loved it. It was easily my most rewarding A-level, and drawing gave me a great excuse to avoid writing essays. I would recommend A-level art to anyone who might be considering it.
Hi, I'm Emily. I'm currently in my third year studying fine art at the University of Wales Trinity St David in Swansea. I came straight here after completing my A-levels at KHS, where I did A-level art. Since I haven't started any particular career, I thought I'd just talk about the benefits that I found from doing A-level art. It was during this time that I refined most of my drawing skills that I have today. If I hadn't done A-level art, I can guarantee I would have just put it down and it would have been forgotten about, and I would have just lost the foundations that I had and not built upon them at all. I was really able to improve my drawing to what it is now, and I'm really thankful for the course, honestly, because it was just a really good platform for doing that. Another thing, in a well-being sense, I think that A-level art was so good for me, because when you have other sort of more academic courses on the side, and you're just loaded up with essays that you've got to do for homework and revision, it's so refreshing to be able to put that aside and do some artwork as work, because it doesn't really feel like work. Especially if you're really into art, it's not going to feel like work because there's so much freedom. You can do what you want, you can fit that within the course, and that's what I was able to do. So it was just so refreshing to be able to put down my English homework and be like, right, I'm done with that, and do art, because it just didn't really feel like work to me. It was fun, and each day I was improving, and it was just really beneficial to me. I think having that break from these more structured subjects with something more creative is just so beneficial, and I think it honestly saved my well-being during A-levels.
Hello, my name is Joseph and I'm currently studying documentary photography at University of South Wales. At my time at KHS, I studied art, ICT and business studies. Art gave me a good base understanding of photography and was able to help me explore different themes, different effects, different styles, different types of photography, different photographers, which really helped me when it came to choosing my career path. During my final year of art, I decided to do a trip to Scotland, where I would walk part of the West Highland Way, and I spent about 5 days on my own camping and going through the mountains taking landscape photos. In the end, when I went to apply for uni, this was actually commented upon. They mentioned it and they said that it was a good show of initiative. I'm currently at the end of my first year at University of South Wales, and I would have to say that my main areas of interest are street photography and urban photography, both of which have been touched upon in KHS, so I already had quite a good base understanding of how, and what sort of photographers I would be looking at, and it helped me a lot during my uni life.
Hi, I'm Nia. I was at King Henry between 2012 and 2018 and studied art for my GCSE and A-levels. I'm currently in my final year at uni at Birmingham City University studying fashion branding and communication. The course focuses on written and visual communication through fashion, such as styling, art direction and journalistic writing. The course has improved my understanding of my own self-branding in regards to fashion and also prepared me for industry. After graduation, my goal is to get a grad job or graduate scheme working within PR and marketing. There are so many careers and opportunities out there to pursue a creative career, and opportunities are out there if you're willing to put the work in. From taking art at GCSE and A levels, I learned how to grow creatively and prepare for university, as well as finding myself and seeing what I am interested in. For A level, I decided to focus purely on fashion, which then led me to take a fashion course at university and therefore as a career, which I didn't think was possible before taking art as a subject at A level and GCSE. I decided to do fashion branding and communication due to both having the balance of written and visual and creative modules. I really enjoy being creative, but I also enjoy the academic side of it. So the course gives me an even balance of both and lets me be creative and do whatever I want within each module, being able to choose what I want to produce in final products. Starting university, I started gaining new skills and developing from what I'd already learned at A level and GCSE.
Hi, I'm Steele and I'm a psychology student at UWE Bristol, and I'm a former A-level student at King Henry. I think all the skills that I learned during my A-levels are really important to me. The time management, the organisation, the creativity and the refinement that I learned from A-level art really do stick with you throughout your academic career. And even though I didn't decide to go into art and go into an art career, the skills that you learn and the experiences that you have doing A-level art really do benefit your learning. For example, the biggest one I'd say for me was refinement and the ability for self-critical thinking. Another thing which I really like about A-level art is that they give you the freedom to do whatever you want. Whereas in GCSE you were kind of a bit more controlled. In A-level they really let you go off the rails if you want. You can do something about fashion, you can do it about photography. I know that a lot of people did do photography in my year. I decided to go with a bit more fine art because I quite like to draw. But within that I did acrylics, I was working with oil pastels, I did watercolours. Essentially I used all different techniques and all different medias to display the art that I wanted. And I find it really, really freeing to be able to have that opportunity to do that, and the teachers are more than happy to help you with anything that they possibly can. I know I did a pottery course after school, and they were Miss Evans was really, really happy with the work that I came out with and was interested in the techniques which I was using. And it's all about that development of finding what your niche is and what you really like. I came out of it learning how to draw so much better than when I went in, and I know that I wouldn't have necessarily got there without A-level art. And even though I don't use it now, I still draw all the time, and it's a really good environment to allow your creativity. And if you fail at some things or some things look shocking, don't worry about it, because it's all about the learning curve. You still include them in your coursework. You have these, I would say you probably have about 10 failures to every one amazing success that you look at it and think, wow, that is art. That's really interesting to me. I really like that. And then some things you just think, oh, I've started it now. It's not going that well. You can research into different techniques and how to do it. And if it's still not going well, you can just put it down to it's not the technique that you want to use. So you've got that dynamicness and that freedom to do whatever you want within art, and the teachers will support you. I mean, if you're going off on a tangent, they're there to reel you back a bit if it's not going to get you the marks. But I think it's very rare that they would ever say that something wasn't a good idea, because they themselves are very passionate about art and they're really happy to motivate you to do that.